Welcome to the Bravo Charlie Club podcast, making you 12 and a half minutes more awesome each week. He's Ben. I'm Richard. Let's go. Ben, how are you?
I'm well, mate. I'm well. Still recovering from the surgery we discussed in last week's episode, but feeling pretty good. Good. I am actually going to start the episode though on a slightly somber note. I know we don't, we're probably listed as a comedy in some of the podcast platforms, but this one, it's a shout out to a listener, PB, who buried his mother recently. Shout out to PB. That's tough. That is really tough. I haven't had to experience that yet. But it reminded me of a quote, and I'm going to read it to make sure I don't get it wrong. The tragedy of modern man is he spends more time optimizing what is on his CV than what is in his eulogy. And wow, what a punch in the face. And obviously it came to mind because Paul had to give the eulogy. But hey, Richard, have you ever written a eulogy for anyone? Have you been put in that position?
I haven't, although I have prepared my own funeral playlist with.
So it's a concert at your funeral, is it?
You know when people have to turn up and listen to terrible music, and
yeah,
so they're waiting around.
The last final request. I think every final will should be what's your playlist,
Yeah. So I've got all the songs, all the songs ordered chronologically from when I discovered them, sort of like through to more recent indie and electronica versions as well.
So, of course. If I was going to predict, that would be the first two things top of mind.
Yes. I've got the go list as well. If I kick the bucket, here's where all the account numbers, here's all the passwords, here's all the services. It
probably brings us into that's password management material, isn't it? That's a whole other, it's another topic. Sort of.
How about yourself, Ben? On the
Listen, I've written two eulogies. One for a person who's passed, and one for someone who's still alive. Believe it or not.
Right.
And I'll tell you why. Probably the two most stoic things I've ever witnessed was my father giving the eulogy for his father, so my grandfather, and then my best mate giving a eulogy for his mother. And thinking about those post-event things, there's absolutely no way in the world I'd be able to do it. I gave my grandmother's eulogy and I bawled my eyes out the whole way. And I think I asked the priest for some vodka, which he didn't have. Disappointing church. We chose the wrong church, clearly.
The sacramental wine, I think, is probably the right ask, Ben.
and the second eulogy I've already written is for my wife.
Right.
And interestingly, I don't think she even knows this. So, and she's a listener, so she's about to learn something. But the reason for that is she's such an important part of my life that I can't imagine being without her and being in a condition to write something even meaningful that respects her life, should that time come. And I hope I never need it. Trust me, I hope I never need it. But I'm also a realist, and it's a 50-50 bet, right? So I made the decision to write that, and it's tucked away ready. And again, just pray that it's a long time in the future. So there you go. Interesting. Don't mean to bring the tone down too much on our usually jovial sort of podcast, but it was a bit of a punch in the face when I was thinking about that and thinking about my mate and
fully awake. That's what it's
about. I wanted
to
raise that one. Yeah. Hey, travel tip. I got a very simple one for you. Stay hydrated. I'll tell you my theory. If you're on a long haul, the plane is going to suck the juice out of you, and you need to stay hydrated.
Yes, yeah.
And if you're on a short haul, you're either going for two reasons. You're going for pleasure, and there's probably going to be alcohol involved, so you need to stay hydrated. Or you're probably going for business, and there could be business drinks involved, and you need to stay hydrated. I mean, we're Australian, so that's just the mentality. For those who are non-drinkers, more power to you. But for the average punters, and probably for most of our listener base, just carry a bottle of water, guys. Let's just be smart about this. So there you go. Yeah. That's a very basic travel tip this week.
Well, and you can get them on the plane too, and you just have to ask. Yeah,
and the long haul, obviously you've got to take an empty water bottle through, but as soon as you're through the gates, you can fill it up. So that's worthwhile. Hey, listener feedback. We're blessed, aren't we? We get plenty of comments and texts, and a few people in the inner sanctum on the WhatsApp channel are messaging us as well. But if anyone actually knows how to use that star rating feature on their favorite podcast platform, and I don't, so don't ask. And if you feel we're worthy, please go ahead and drop a rating there too. I'm sure it means something.
Definitely.
But you had a listener write in with a travel hack of his own.
I did, yes. Listener PA writes in with his shirt travel hack. No ironing needed. I've got to try and describe this visually for the listeners at home. It's like a coat hanger with a built-in steamer, and you can buy it on Amazon. He's got a link. I'll put it in the show notes. And no ironing needed. You just kind of hang your shirt on the shirt steamer and it steams out all the wrinkles.
Interesting. So does it fit our other theory that you shouldn't check luggage? Like, can it be taken as carry-on? Like, is it? It's not a violent object.
I don't think it was that big, actually. I think it was kind of like it was like the size of kind of like a portable speaker cylinder kind of size.
So packable coat hanger shirt steamer. Didn't you tell me once that you should never iron in the nude and use the shot of steam?
It's generally good advice. It sounds like it's got danger written all over it.
It'd be a double warning for a coat hanger shirt steamer, wouldn't it? Like
double, it's probably got warnings all over it.
Hey, speaking of Amazon, you raised it, not me. But I'm homebound, and so I've had to use Amazon, obviously the last few weeks, and it's highlighted something to me which I need to unpack with you. When did we become so needy on communication specifically? So there must have been a moment in time where the human race said, tell me everything. Don't leave anything out. You know, you buy something on Amazon and then
thank you for your purchase. The purchase is about to be shipped.
Hooray.
The purchase is shipped. The purchase is reached.
We received your order and Yahoo, we're on the way to the warehouse and yippee, we've chosen the perfect bubble wrap. Like, just give me a link to tell me if it's coming or not. Like, what is going on there? It's and eBay does it as well, and I'm sure other platforms that listeners use and enjoy are experiencing the same thing. Even Australia Post, the clunkiest probably organisation on the planet, are sending multiple, communications to us now. What's going on?
I don't know. But the interesting thing though with AusPost, and particularly if you live in a capital city or sort of like a major region, is that quite often you buy something that they're waiting for AusPost to pick it up, and then it goes into the AusPost system and it's not available for like 24 hours. Sometimes I actually receive the package before I've actually got the tracking information on the package that I've received.
It doesn't work anyway. And look, we're not just talking about online ordering too. Like, I got this new CGM sensor, the charger. And so
what's CGM, Ben?
So continuous glucose monitoring. And most of the listener base know that I'm type 1 diabetic by now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a device with no buttons, right? You literally put the sensor transmitter into it to charge.
Sounds
it has
Apple.
a 128-page user manual.
And no buttons.
No buttons.
That's awesome.
I'm not even kidding. Now, I'm pretending a little bit because it's like written in 6 languages or something. But like, how, even if you divide that by 6, what's that? 20 plus pages to describe a device with no buttons. Like, what is going on?
What is going on?
I will give a shout out that the opposite happens in this same category. There's a brand called Type Strong which make the CGM patches. If anyone's on video, they can see it's a big black dot which covers the sensor. They just come in a packet. You know what they are. You know they work. It's also a massive big black dot.
So hang on, those things. Do they have a Bluetooth sensor in them? Like, they they transmit to you sort of like to the monitor?
So every 5 minutes I get a blood glucose reading, transmits to the pump, makes a decision on whether I need insulin or it should turn off. And mate, it's really easy to be a type 1 diabetic these days, hey? So it's not the death sentence that it was in 100 years ago. If you were diagnosed with diabetes, they'd say, I'm sorry. So, how can we make you comfortable? it's not that anymore. So yeah, shout out to Ryan at TypeStrong. Great product, and the fact that he believes in it and doesn't put a freaking manual in there which describes in 5 different languages how to use it when it's just a patch. Like, let's not overcomplicate this.
Yeah, cool.
I've got a counter question though, because I am pretty frustrated by the amount of communication. What happens? What's the expected response time on an email these days? Like, is it rude to use the delivery and read receipts? And if you've emailed someone, should you, which I've experienced, have to then WhatsApp them or text message them to say, "Hey, I've sent you an email"? Like,
oh no, that's
what is going on there?
I think that's dangerous territory. Although, I mean, sometimes though it's right though. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, sorry, it went to spam" or something like
True.
that, which I have had happen. I think if they're people that you've emailed before, like I think if you're sending contracts and things like that, then I think it's fine to sort of follow up with a, hey, sort of just a sort of a second channel. But
my question was, is there an expected response time on an email these days? Like, where do you see it?
Well, I think it depends on the contents of the email, right? Is the email if the email's something I can resolve straight away, I'll attempt to resolve it straight away. If it's something that needs investigation or I've got to perform an activity, then it's like 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, okay. But do you respond to say you've got it, I'll get back to you, or do you just do it and not respond?
Because
you're a geek. I'm interested in your response here, because
I'm probably 50-50 actually, which isn't really helpful, is it?
So I'm more operational. My style is to respond, say, "Got your message." And here's when.
And set an expectation.
Yeah, yeah, but that's that's not every person, persona.
I think if it's work related, I reply. Although these days all those things kind of go through Slack and Teams and other sorts of channels, and that's sort of different, isn't it? That's
the magic dust, knowing which communication channel to hit people on.
Well, you can throw a an emoji, a thumbs up or something on there to say that you've sort of read it, which is sort of a bit different than read receipts and other sorts of things.
Crazy fact, I write my daughter letters and she reads them
in the post.
So, yeah. No, it's a digital letter. I use a Remarkable and then text it to her. But she reads them. Yeah, it works well. So there you go. Hey, that's it, Richard. Listeners have been BCC'd on our week. Next week, we ask, why does dental floss have an expiry date? See you next week. Bravo, Charlie Club, out.
And that's the pod.